All right, so we've just procced the forbidden F casting block, which very rarely seen, and by very rarely, never. It's only ever seen if the raid goes past 1 a.m., which we are currently recording this at 1:15 a.m. local time, and Liquid has failed to kill Dimensius.
Yeah, Nora got even particularly close so we haven't gotten particularly close on the health amount. We've gotten pretty deep into the phase with everybody alive and with everything looking good. There's been a few pulls where it's like, man, all 20, bang, everybody's dead, and it was really close, though.
The thing is, like, this is genuinely shaping up to be one of the hardest end bosses in history. Liquid ended up pushing their raid back an hour-ish. And they might still be, like, we're talking 30, 40, 50 pulls away from killing this boss. So a lot has happened within the last 24 hours. First off, we woke up, and Echo was way ahead of where Liquid were. I think they were like 25.
We can check the time. Oh, I guess the time machine will be to this point yesterday. So yeah,
I think they were like 35% on the boss or something like that whenever we woke up.
Yeah,
which means that Echo throughout the night just absolutely blasted attempts. And I mean, we can go and look at Warcraft logs, and their ability to be able to get into P3 was insane. So it's Pargath platform, Pargath platform, Pargath platform, Pargath platform, Pargath platform, Pargath platform. Bang, 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 bang. All right, P3, 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 P3. It's just like...
It's pretty good, yeah.
Insane consistency coming out of Echo. It basically to the point where they were able to kind of bust through and have great progression. They also saw all the way to the enrage of the fight.
They were the first to see the hard enrage, yeah.
Yeah, the hard enrage, which is the third devour of the fight. We have learned that the final phase is actually 3 minutes and 30 seconds long.
Which is a big deal, because I thought it was 3 minutes-ish previously. That extra 30 seconds really big for an extra set of especially the Elemental Shaman CDs, and also the Arcane Mage CDs, which is really nice.
Yeah, and then, so Echo did that. They got the boss to 35%, and they went to bed.
Yeah.
Liquid proceeded to continue to pull the boss for a little bit, got the boss to, I would say, around like 35%, and then dinner time hit, and Liquid decided that their best course of action was going to be pull Lust off of Phase 1, like we were kind of speculating last night in the recap, and there was a lot of regression, I would say.
So here you can see where they decided to pull Lust off of P1. It was pull 288 here, and you can see that just for a while, we only had a couple of P3 pulls. Recently, though, in the final hour or two of the night, things were getting deeper in here, and there was speculation around dinner time of like, okay, we're just going to stay here, we're going to keep pulling, and it dies or we die because we think if we go to bed, we're going to lose. That has changed based on these most recent pulls, right? They got a lot of these pulls deep into P3, and the new theory is, okay, hang on a sec, this boss is so hard that we don't think we're going to lose if we go to sleep. We think we can't kill this boss unless we are well rested, and so they are out of here.
It's really...
Good night, Ozzy.
GN, chat.
GN.
Oh, wait, hold on. Chat, before we...
Oh. Pause jam.
Yep.
Hold on. This is...
Having problems?
There's an embarrassing inability to remove a Labubu from a mic stand there.
What's a Lalulu?
This thing.
Wow.
That thing is demonic.
Very cool. It has your eyes set. Look.
Thank you, Kalmazi.
Yes, of course. That's Cam. All right.
Cam's secretly British?
He's allowed to say
that. I am, yeah. I've got the pass.
You're legally allowed.
Yeah. To dinner, bitch.
All right. Good night, Kalmazi.
Good night.
Okay, so back to the recap. The reason that this looks so ridiculous and Bloodlust got removed because of the damage check, but the final Devourer sequence of this phase, it basically goes Devour 2, 4 of the stars end up supernovaing. You have to end up running across to the other side to avoid the fall-off damage. And then you get the tank suck into the inverse gravities. Let me actually speed this up a little bit. So this is the Devour cast. And then after this, you get the rings, which the actual difficult part of this fight is that the boss arena is always encroaching onto players. And so now you have 15 yards. Hold on, let me pause this. Where touch this wall, it knocks you back and kills you. You touch the boss, it knocks you, it absorbs you and kills you. You touch this supernova star, it kills you.
And all of them are supernova now. So there's 8 supernova stars orbiting in this very tight band.
Yes.
And you only have this extremely narrow space where you will not get one shot and killed.
Yes.
Now you have to do this mythic mechanic where you have to get all of the crushing gravities inside one of the 3 inverse gravities and no extra stacking beyond that. And then you're getting gripped to the tank as well just afterwards. And there's different overlaps with different relative times between these mechanics. Here comes that tank pull in. Then you have rings to dodge as well. And these rings, you basically have to insta-go through that first one, insta-go through the second as soon as your debuff falls off, and then run away for as long as possible from the third one, all while in this narrow space, all while your tank is tanking the boss as well, and if you ever walk next to them, bang, you are also dead.
And so this, I think, is the hardest P3 of a boss I've frankly ever seen.
Very, very hard. Yeah, I mean, the conversation of hardest bosses of all time, I mean, Antrek had a really hard phase 3. You had 22 total essences that 20 players had to carry across the Novas, which meant that you had to have everybody do it, and the tanks had to do it twice. They were taking 150 million damage, which was a lot. That would be a lot now. That was a lot back with 2 seasons less gear, so I don't want to overstate. And then you had to drop all the essences in a very narrow space for that last encroaching ring. Antrek P3 was also insane. Antrek P1 was also insane. This boss has a similar profile where it's like, really hard P1, even harder P2, even harder P3. The start of P3 is kind of chill, but then the middle to late half of P3 is, like, after the first minute of P3, it is really, really hard.
Didn't Kalamazoo say he didn't know how they were going to make this boss hard?
Yeah, well, guy's well-known stupid loser.
Okay, so I think that there's actually a decent chance that Echo kills this boss before Liquid wakes up to raid tomorrow.
That is the worry. So that's the worry of going to bed. And that was the calculus that Liquid had to deal with as they went to bed. Echo, to a lesser extent, had that decision last night, but it was pretty clear you weren't going to kill it if you stayed up anyways, if you were them. If this boss doesn't die for Echo, they are going to have a really hard decision of whether or not to go to bed, because Liquid will be waking up and pulling. Hopefully tomorrow we are going to be getting this beautiful time in the Race to World First where we get to have both guilds pulling at the same time. So yeah, this is actually a live Echo pull. They Lust is still in P1, so they haven't moved that yet, and we have some deaths here. So there's no danger of this being a kill, but if you are a Liquid player, if you're tuning into the stream before bed, you're gonna have a hard time sleeping. And when you wake up, first thing you're gonna do is check your phone and see exactly how dead you are, or how close to dead you are, and then you're showing up and trying to get back in the lead. If you could only pick one day to watch this Race to World First, it should be tomorrow. It should be whenever this video comes out. Anytime in the next 24 hours, if the race is still underway, watch any of Liquid, Echo, maybe Method if they get a little closer as well. It's going to be really exciting, and I think the winner is going to get determined in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, this is shaping up to be one of the craziest Race to World First finishes ever, where genuinely anybody could win. Echo could take it down before Liquid could wake up. Liquid could wake up and Echo's at 5%, and then Echo proceeds to feed for like hours and not kill the boss.
Yeah, if Liquid wake up and Echo are ahead but haven't won yet, we are going to be in for such a tense closing sprint to the end of this race. So yeah, tune into that. Or if you don't tune into it, tune into the recap tomorrow and we'll tell you what happened.
Hold on, I want to finish watching this.
Yeah, you want to watch the end of this pull here for the old sound guild?
I wonder what they're going to do with the tank suck. Okay, it looks like they're actually copying kind of the Liquid strategy for the tank
I like this
here.
a lot. Yeah, you're taking all of these back in between different planets, and then actually, that looks quite good to me.
Yeah,
pretty much everybody that was alive is still alive.
The problem is just like it's really scary here. Any of the movements, any misstep, it's like a micro check. It's
exactly, and stuff like Blink that you can use to dodge those waves earlier. Let me tell you, pretty sketchy to use that here.
All right.
All right.
We're out of here.
Yep. GN.